Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Juliet, Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Saturday. It is the 30th of May, and I am back for Chart of the Day video number 41. Welcome and hello, and how are you today? I am doing well. It's raining, so the weatherman got it right today. I thoroughly enjoyed yesterday. Got home, we sat out on the deck until about 10 o'clock last night, and then went in and went to bed. So it was good. I got to enjoy some of the nice weather yesterday, because I think tomorrow's supposed to be cloudy too. I may sit outside and work on projects, but it's not supposed to be sunny. So I hope everyone is doing well and getting lots of stitching done. Thank you for responding to yesterday's question of the day about Halloween. There are a lot of people on both sides of that question. Some people like Halloween, some people don't. Some like to stitch it, some people don't. I knew that there were people that prefer just fall stitching. But it was interesting to see what people had to say. So thank you. I think I've answered the questions, or most of them, from people. If there's a question about how to order the chart of the day or a fabric that I've shown, it's best not to leave that in the comments. I would prefer it if you could just send me an email. I'll try and remember to put that right in the box underneath. Just because I don't always, sometimes I'll see something pop up that's a question, but it's from maybe the chart of the day 10 days ago, and I don't necessarily have time to go right then and not jot it down, and then I forget which chart of the day it was. So it would be best, if you wouldn't mind, to please just send me an email about it, and then I can let you know whether it's still available or whether it's on order or whatever. Most questions are best to come in through email, especially if it's not the same day as the video, the same day or the next day as the video came out. So I hope you understand. All right, so today is a blast from the past. I was looking for a lost flamingo. The computer says I have one. It wasn't where it's supposed to be. And I have found a lot of things that are out of place while I've been closed down. So I've been looking for it. It may be here. It may be one of those things that walked out without being paid for. But I was digging through things, like I found Christmas in Halloween yesterday. I don't know how it got there. I don't think I would have done that, but someone did. So I was digging through, and I happened to come across a chart that I thought, this has been here a while. It's a crappy picture on the front of the cut. It's kind of a blurry picture, and I just don't think it does it justice, and I think it could benefit from some movement in the colors, because it calls for Soie d'Alger, which is not, it's just a solid color, most of it. I think there may be some that are overdyed, but don't quote me on that. So it calls for either Soie d'Alger or DMC. And I don't carry the full line of Soie d'Alger, so I pulled the DMCs. And the colors look a little different from the cover. And I'm going to show those to you. So those are the DMCs. Let me put this way so you could at least see. There. So those are the DMC colors. This is Americana from Carriage House Samplings. And those are the called for colors. Nothing wrong with them. This is a very purpley blue, which is not my cup of tea, especially when we're talking a patriotic piece. So I prefer something that's got a little more dirt to the blue, so to speak. Like it's been hanging outside and it's a little grungy, dirty because, you know, weather. So I did a conversion to some over dyes. They look pretty darn close to, let's hang it this way. I guess I'll show you with the DMC first. So there's, I don't know how to do this so you can see it. There's all the colors. So they're pretty close. I did change, I added one color, which is DMC 950 for the faces, because Ecru colored faces don't do it for me. And I changed the colors of the blue because I don't like, like I said, I don't like a purpley blue. So I've changed the colors of the blue. You can kind of see the difference there. And I changed, this is a very, very deep red brown. And I like my red on my flag to be a little more red than that. I did a little bit different for the wording in the pot and the white in the flag. I changed that from ecru to shaker white because this shaker white has a little bit of dirtness to it. So dirtness is not a word. Dirtiness to it. So anyway, I think I'm much happier with it that way, and I think you can see the colors are I think it'll be pretty with the little bit of tweaking that I did. But this is really a bad picture. So if I'm remembering correctly, it calls for 40 count sheep straw, which I do not have, but I do have 30 count sheep straw, some. And I'm going to show you the DMCs on that sheep straw. Looks great. There's the ones I did. But it calls for 40 count, so while it can be done on 30 count, it'll just be larger. I did pull some 40 counts. Again, I don't have a large quantity of anything, so you'd have to call and find out if I have enough if you're at all interested in this. This is the Properly Primitive from Leslie at Under the Sea. And I think that one would work just fine. And it would give kind of a dirty, grungy look. Just remember, her colors are not color fast, so do not wash them. Then I picked Old Gold. And I think Old Gold might be Fiber on a Whim. I think it's one I picked up at Market. And it's a very greeny gold, but I really like how the colors look on there. I'm trying to find a better way to do this color thing so you can get a better idea. But I think that would be pretty on there. And I do have some quantity in that. Not a ton. Don't call asking for a fat half, because no, not happening. doubloon. This is a 32 count doubloon. I think it would all be fine on there. And then I think I have very, very little amount of 32 count sand dune, which I like the colors on. It's a lot more yellow than what it's showing on there. And last but not least, I pulled the last little tiny bit of 46 count Zweigart based straw from Weeks Dye Works. And I really like that also. The size of this piece is 116 by 121, so on 40 count it would finish out to about 5 3/4 by 6. Not a huge piece. If you did it on the 32, it would be about 7 1/4 by 7 1/2. So a nice, doable. You could get this done in a month and have it ready to go for the 4th of July if you'd like. Last look at the picture. Again, this is not a very good picture, but I think when it was stitched up it would be really pretty. This is from, I think I read, like 2003. So it's old. Where did I see 2000? Oh, I know. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm dreaming that. I don't know. But it's not a new chart. So, yeah. Oh, there it is. I wasn't dreaming. Don't look at the... So, 2003. So, it's a fairly old chart. It hasn't had a lot of love, and I think the picture has a lot to do with that. So, question of the day today is... needles. Let's discuss needles. What needles do you like the best? What have you tried that you didn't like? Why do you like the ones you like? Do you like the little petites, John Jane petites? Do you like the gold ones? Do you like, Bowens, Peacemakers? Sullivan's has the new ball tip ones. Who else? I personally like the Bowens. I like them because they have a nice, decent sized eye. They go through the fabric nicely, and I don't eat through the finish. Give me a John James, and that finish will be off that needle in about 5 days. The same thing happened with the Sullivan ballpoint needles for me. I ate through the finish, and I didn't like those. It was nice stitching with, but when you're trying to end and run your needle underneath the threads, and you're doing 40 count over, with one strand, it was difficult. So I gave my needles to Dan. He likes them, but he stitches with 2 strands of thread most of the time. Peacemakers, I have no problem with Peacemakers. I like them. Pat's favorite needles, I've used hers. I thought they were a little bit on the spendy side, and I didn't like them any better than Bowen's, so I I pretty much stick with my Bowens. But everybody likes something different. So I'm just curious as to why you like the needles that you like. And maybe you'll introduce me to a needle brand that I'm unaware of. I eat through DMC brand. What other brand? There's, I can't remember the name of it. There's another brand I eat through the finish of too. I suck the life out of watches too. So I don't wear a watch because I suck the life right out of the batteries in a week. So that's question of the day. I hope you all have a good weekend. I hope you get some stitching done. I'm hoping to get some stitching done, but I think I'm going to come in and try and stretch 1 or 2 pieces of framing anyway tomorrow. So that'll take up portion of my day, and then I probably should work on some retreat things. I made some fobs last weekend, but I only got like 10 made. By the time I wanted to work outside, so by the time I packed everything up inside, hauled it outside, unloaded it, made some fobs, then it started pouring, thunder and lightning. I packed it all up, brought it back inside. So I only got about 10 done last weekend. So I'm hoping to get maybe more fobs done or work on retreat projects, or I should probably clean the house. I did the toilets yesterday, so I don't have that to do. But yeah, I'm sure it'll go by quickly. So you have a great weekend. Do what you love. Answer my question. And I should see you on Monday morning. So take care until then. Bye.